Hit the subscribe button and join us on our fishing adventures. Contact Rock and Surf South Africa for surf and deep sea sinkers at affordable rates.
Hey guys, hope you're well. I've had a few questions from guys asking me how I normally make my blood wire traces. So I said let me make a video and show you guys how simple it is. It's something that works for me. I don't see a lot of other anglers using it, but I catch my shad with it. I get some sharks. So it's something that works for me, and I said let me share it with you guys. So I went down to my local fishing shop and I bought this blood wire. It's American fishing wire. It's 135 pound. So I normally use around 300 millimeters. And obviously I've got to make a trace, so I've got to cut a bit more to have a tag end on the hook, and then a little bit more to have a tag end around the swivel. So I'm just going to cut off around 400 millimeters. Make sure that you have a good side cutter on hand. Okay, so I've got my 400 millimeter blood wire, 135 pound. So what I normally do is I go down to my local angling shop and I buy a set of power swivels. I like to use something that's easy to work with, not too small, manageable. So all you need is one swivel. You can use any swivel that you like. And I buy, for the 135 pound blood wire, at the bottom here it states number 5. So I just buy a 10 pack of number 5 brass sleeves. And all you need is one sleeve for the hook and another sleeve for the swivel. So what I normally do is I take the hook that I'm going to use, take the blood wire into the sleeve, through the hook, tag end back through the blood wire. And to save on blood wire, I don't waste, so I don't need to cut. And then I just pull back. So I've got my tag end finishing off on the sleeve inside there. That's all I really need. And I use a good set of pliers and I crimp it. If you notice that it's been flattened, so I just use a bit of force and that's no longer round, it's been crimped. So once it's crimped in place, just give it one more crimp. That's about it. So that's in place. Then what I do is I take the side cutter part of the pliers, and I just make 2 small little dents. One, 2. Extremely light. I don't cut into it, I just crimp it down. If you look there, I've placed that light there so you can see the shine there. So this is a circle hook that I'm gonna tie mackerel heads, choker, sardine as throw baits and put it onto the rod stand. So this is crimped, that's not coming off. And then the other side is a sleeve into the swivel, back into the sleeve, like so. There. I just pull it with my hand until it closes the loop there. So this is currently a cylinder. I'm going to crimp this. Okay, so that's been flattened there. Let's give it one more crimp. Side cutter part of the pliers. Very light crimp. 1, 2. There's that crimp. So guys, there's a simple blood wire trace that I normally make. I lost a trace like this recently that had a 3/0 stamped hook with a stamped hook that was running. I'm not going to be fishing with that style anymore. I've decided to put a circle hook so that when I throw a bait on the rod stand, if anything picks up, it's going to turn when it picks the bait and the circle hook's going to hook. So hopefully we get some good fish that pick this bait up. The reason being I fish with blood wire and steel wire is because 9 times out of 10 you're going to get picked up by a shad or a shark. Along the Durban coastline, shad is very common, sharks are very common. So you throw a bait out for a salmon and you expect to pick up a salmon in the dark, and you get picked up by a shad or a shark and you get chopped off. So this just increases the chance of hooking up to something, bending the rod, having fun, letting it go. If it's an inedible, if it's an edible, and if it's size, you can decide whether you want to keep it or not, if you've reached your limit of the day or not. But yeah, if you throw a nice big bait, you're going to get something that's interested. You're going to get a lot of rays, you're going to get sandies, you're going to get salmons, you're going to get shad. You're going to literally, you'll get picked up by anything. You throw a bait out and you sit and wait, and you're going to get picked up. So hopefully this was helpful for all the guys that asked me exactly what I do. So again, it's just a plain old simple. I prefer the 135 pound blood wire. They are lighter strengths, all the way from 20 pound upwards to 135 pound. I just use the 135 pound because what happens is with the small gray sharks that we get picked up with, you catch 2 or 3 sharks and then this thing starts to kink and it doesn't straighten up. So this works fine for me on the surf. Get stuck onto the rocks, you're going to lose your trace anyway, but it works fine. You can go to your local shop and get a set of swivels. I just prefer the swivels with a bigger eye because it's easier to work with. When you're on the beach, you got the sun in your eyes, you got the sand in the wind. It's not very easy to deal with all of those conditions, to try and push your line through a small little swivel. So I like to keep it simple. I like to enjoy myself. I don't like to stress about not being able to see on the beach when it's windy and things like that, sand flying in your eyes. And you can go and buy the relevant size sleeve for your blood wire. And the lighter strength blood wires obviously take a smaller sleeve. And yeah, that's about it. So next time I go out to the beach, I'm planning to use this on Sundays. Sundays are going to be my rod stand days. I don't really like fishing with a rod stand. I like to hold it. I like to fish with a running trace. I like to feel the bite, strike, hook up, fight, land, release, or land and keep. Depends on what you hook up with. But yeah, that's basically my simple blood wire trace. And I'm hoping to have a lot of fun with this trace. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Tight lines.